All right. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? All right, I have a special request for somebody in chat. I need somebody in chat to do something for me. I'll explain what once you agree. And then we've got to decide what we're going to do today. Then we've got to decide. I kind of really want to work on assembly line. And at the same time I kind of don't because I think like the next things to work on are kind of boring. Um and so I might bust those out on my by myself. Um so so we'll see. We'll see. Wait, is my volume? Yeah, it's working. Let me turn the heater off real quickly. Let's see. So yeah, I just need somebody to tell me what we should do. Let's see. Let's see. All right. The other thing that we could possibly do is we do have a web hook signature that we could try to figure out how to do. I've never done that. So we could work on that. Yeah, so we have a couple things. Let's start by making some issues for just drop over here and make some issues. We're gonna call this one. So one thing that I've gotten done here is basically the deserialization of the webhook. We also have some example webhooks of stuff that they will send. So yeah. But what I didn't do, and what I said kind of needs to be done, but it kind of felt boring to do for a Saturday morning, was I don't even know if this is exactly what I want to do, but uh, this is what I'm. If you look at what we deserialize, we don't deserialize a whole lot at this point. We only deserialize a very little bit of it. Um, let's see, that's the raw one. This is the little bit that we deserialize, and out of this, the pull request event, we get these three things. If you look at this, the pull request event has like it has like all of this. So yeah, I guess let's see. Let's see exactly how much it has. It has all of this, 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 all of this. So there's two ways to go about it. And basically, the first way, which I think is the way we maybe should go, is we just import the things that we want. So initially, what I was thinking was that it would be nice to have all of this information in the database. So if we ever wanted to use it, we could. But I don't think that's practical because this is just the first out of them. Um, I mean, there is this data structure is 526 ones long. And I could spend a ton of time making all of these structures that could, in theory, change or get added to anyhow. So I just don't know that that would be a good use of my time. I think what we need to do is kind of what I was already starting over here. And that's basically just pull out the things that I think are useful. The only problem is these don't get saved in the database then. They just won't get saved to the database, which is fine. It just means that if we add a new type, it won't all of a sudden automatically be supported with the data that's in the database. The other thing that we could do here is do a flow where basically we get a webhook request, and instead of doing something with it, we just parse the raw and then save this as a raw field in SQL, the whole thing. And then it's only on read that we do something. So only on read do we do anything with it. So basically, we could save it to the database and then put in a queue to actually read from the database, like something happened, an event trigger happened. That feels ugh to me as well. So I don't know what we're doing right here for right now. I gotta think about this one. So other than this, we also have okay. So figure out data flow of the server when we get a new okay. So what are we doing here? Uh blundered that. Let's do like a initial database. Doesn't have to be anything real, but a general DB schema. So part of this almost felt like just dumping raw JSON, but I feel like dumping it by its event ID isn't useful. Unless if we made another table of like handled events. Actually, maybe that could be useful. Because each one of these starts out with So there isn't like an event ID, is there? Hmm. Okay. So I was gonna say we could just store it by the event ID, then store another thing that says which events we've handled, but that doesn't actually seem to be a thing that we can do here. The other thing that I wonder is now we could also break this into like which actions. Was it a check run, or was it a pull request? Um, The other thing that I wonder here is I went straight for their webhook, but I wonder if they have a different way of doing it other than webhook here. Now, I will remind you, I have something that I worked on this last week that if one of you out there wants to help me with, I could use your help. I need something from you to test if it works. Um, see, it's over here running. I need to test it. Um, Actually, it's not running. It's running now though. I don't think it's going to work, but we'll see if it actually works. I need your help though. GitHub webhook. Is the webhook the only way to get events from them? Is I guess what I. So another thing that I was thinking about, and I guess this actually works if we were checking the signature, which is something we could do. It's something I've never done. I looked up Rust HMAC. Um, so I think there's a library here for it. So we can just use that to do the SHA-256 checking, which is good. Which is good. So yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. We can do that today. So the thing that I didn't know was a lot of the times with webhooks, there is a chance for the server to resend it. And so usually you have to check to make sure you haven't already handled it with some sort of cache. But it doesn't look like that's true of their webhooks. There is no like replay guard. There is no, if you're looking at this data, there is no like message ID either. So I'm guessing they won't ever replay a message. But that's actually not true because I can make them replay a message. Hmm. Is that a problem though? I guess maybe it's not. We just need to check if we've already gotten the message, but there's no message ID. So how would we know if we're already running the pipeline? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Oh, I know you don't want touched. Yeah, you want to be on my desk. Hey, buddy. You being a good boy? You can say hi. You can say hi. Okay. How about you also say bye? Yeah. There you go. Good boy. Um. Is there a lot of static on your guys' end? Huh. I think I had another mic on. Hopefully the sound wasn't too bad there. This should be better. I love how the event is Gollum. So Gollum is like a it's a I think it's an open source technology for wiki pages, and it's what they use. I think they have a modified Gollum, but yeah. Okay, so hmm. Webhook and events. It seems like their events are only available through webhooks. Is webhook events, webhook events. Is this like pooling? Yeah, pool interview. So I'll just use the webhooks for right now. It doesn't look like they have a WebSocket or any other nicer version, which is fine. So we'll just keep going the way. And it doesn't look like they give you a way to track, which is why key signature is super important. Although this does actually pose a problem for us because we also don't have a way to track if we've gotten that event again because we can replay it. I can show you how to do that. Let's see. We can just jump over here. We can go over to our settings, our webhooks, this webhook, cone of silence. 1 second. Now, while I'm doing the cone of silence, while I'm doing my Authy app here, I have a special request. If you're out there, if you're watching or listening, I need your help. I have something that I need one of you to do, and I need you to blindly accept it without knowing what it is. That's right. I need you to blindly accept it without knowing what I'm about to ask you to do. All right. So, in your webhooks here, obviously you give it a payload URL, and that's all fun. But there's also this. So if you've configured webhooks, and you can click on any one of these aren't delivering because my server is not online at this point. But you can just click redeliver, which is actually pretty awesome. To be fair, it's pretty awesome that they give this to you. Not only do they give you the headers, they also give you the payload. Which if I had known, I would have just used the payload out of here instead of what I did, which was like a half an hour of work that didn't need to be done. And you can just click redeliver, and you can also see how we responded, which for this was Ingrok responding with that wasn't a place to deliver because I was down. All right. Little teaser here. It's running over here. I just need your help. I just need you to agree to help to see what this does. 99% sure it won't work, but it's because I couldn't test it without active participation from Twitch. All right. So we also need to add a secret to this. So this should be a random thing generated key, but we are going to make this really easy for ourselves. Red is a color. Yeah, red is a color. I think that will do. It's at least eight long. This is going to allow us to do the HMAC verification. So basically, they SHA the payload with this, so you should be able to reshaw it with the timestamp in the header. That's the idea. We'll do SSL verification. When this is running, so basically we can't do this until we're hitting. Actually, Ingrok is HTTPS, so maybe we can actually do this. We can maybe do this. So this is not us verifying their this is not us verifying their SSL. And please put TLS here. Please put this is not SSL verification. It is TLS verification. I get kind of annoyed We need to get on to the 21st century. This is TLS verification. This is them verifying where they're dumping it. Again, when you're doing it local, like you can't. But actually, ngrok, I do believe, provides a valid SSL certificate, so like it's probably fine. Um, but yeah, for right now. Okay, so we're looking good here. Red is a color. We're going to update the webhook with that. Okay, red is a color. That is. Let me just put that in here really quickly. We have a middleware to handle this. We're just gonna throw this as a static thing, I think. Let key equal. Oh, it already knows. Shared secret equals red is a color. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, don't worry. Good afternoon, Russell. How are you doing? We're doing HMAC right now, but I actually have a favor of you. I don't know if you can do this, but if you can, it would be great. Over the last week, I created this abomination. Oh, that's right. You are working on I haven't practiced any of that, so I feel like I would be very, 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 very out of my league. So I don't know that I was going to do it. But I do have one favor if you have a second to spare me. I wrote this code here over last week. And it I got it to validate and watch my channel, and basically it processes follows. So if somebody follows me, it's it 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 creates an epic message via ChatGPT about the new subscriber. I did give it's a directed message, so you are null GPT. When answering questions, you always answer with a short epic story involving the Rust programming language and null. So we'll see how well this does. But basically, I need somebody to follow me to see if it works. I haven't been able to find a way. You can remember your Cali video. So that's basically where I'm at, and I'm like, do I want to stream that? I don't know. Maybe people would find that entertaining, and if they would, maybe I'll do an extra stream, because I actually plan on doing a little myself. But yeah, it would be like step one, uh, create a new Kali Linux VM because I forgot my password. So I just it was like yeah. So, anyways, I was trying to find a way in the Twitch API to like it's gonna make me log in again, isn't it? I don't know why it made me do that song and dance. I was trying to find a way to actually like send a fake, like a test. I feel like I should be able to send a test, but I couldn't. This is not secret, by the way. This client ID. The secret is the only thing secret. So if you could unfollow and refollow, like I don't know if you can as a subscriber. That's why I wasn't sure. That would be awesome. But I gotta find a better way to test this. But I couldn't find a way to like send a test event. Wait, there we go. So we got a channel follow of version 2. I am going to copy and paste this. Oh, we got it. We got it. We got it. Look at this. Response. Once upon a time in the land of Rust, there was a young programmer named ChatGPT Kiwi calls you Russ. Oh, Russ was fascinated with the power of Rust's strong type system and its ability to prevent pesky like null pointer exceptions. One day, while working on a new project, Russ stumbled upon a particularly tricky piece of code. He had been trying to track down a null pointer exception for hours, but despite his best efforts, the error persisted. Determined to find a solution, Russ pored over the Rust documentation, searching for any tips or tricks that could help him eliminate the error. Finally, after hours of work, Russ had an epiphany. He realized that the code in question wasn't properly handling a situation where a value could be null. I think that's what the null pointer. I think this is a fail epic story. With that insight, he quickly adjusted the code to properly handle null values, and the error disappeared. Rust was known throughout the land of Rust as a per. Maybe I need to update this prompt a little. Maybe I need to work on it. Maybe I need to work on the prompt just a little bit. But it means that all my code was working. So all I need to do from now on is like I need to actually make a website out of this. So I don't host a website for right now, because the only way to get it into OBS is to actually have like a website with a green background where this pops up onto it for a certain amount of time. So that's what I need to do. But this is pretty fun. And so when you follow, you'll get a personalized message. ChatGPT codes in unsafe blocks. So I haven't figured out what to do if somebody's username. Uh, I have my ChatGPT API on safe mode, so like in theory, it shouldn't really do anything horrible, but I'm not sure that it's going to even know some of these. So like, and you know what? I'm gonna try just not to worry about it too much. Like, unless if it becomes a real problem, um, yeah, the message ChatGPT comes up with should be fairly safe. Um, actually, this is all the ChatGPT code at this point. Is just this. I need to wordsmith this. Actually, I want to do a couple things. I want this to be random. I'm going to come up with like 10 of these, maybe 20 of them, and then have it pick one randomly. So, like, even the prompt is different each time, as well as I don't know that this direction message is the best one. Like, I thought this might be funny, but we'll see what my direction message comes out to be. Like, yeah. Twitch just moderated you for bullying, Russell. Uh, so I actually read what it moderated you for, knowing last time that you got moderated. I probably shouldn't have passed that through. This one was actually a legitimate one, or this one was you bullying ChatGPT. Okay, so cool. This works. And the cool thing is, I can actually test these myself. I do actually wonder how much that cost. Let's go check that out. So they do like this really weird um, token. So yeah, they charge by the token, and 1,000 tokens is about 750 words. It's okay. He's not making too much noise. Thanks, sweetness. Sorry, I have a cat crying. My daughter was trying to. He wants in the ceiling. It's his favorite place to go, but he's not allowed in there. Okay. Chat GTP API access. It's very actually weird. I always get confused as to how to get to their API console. Like it always wants you to cone of silence really quickly. It always wants to take you to like the website. Okay. Let's see. I also joined the GPT-4 API waitlist, so we'll update this to hit GPT-4 if we can. So here, let's see. Can we see our billing statement? So not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Not yet. It might take a little while for it to register it. But yeah, I think how it charges, my understanding, is that it's going to charge me for the tokenization of this payload. Not everything that it returned from that payload. So my understanding here is that with this, the turbo model that we're using for 750 words roughly, it depends on how big the words is. So basically why this is approximation is that it breaks up the words into tokens. And so big words have more tokens. You could almost think of them as syllables. That's not a direct comparison from my understanding, but it's close. And so for 750 words, it's going to charge me 2 cents. Or for 3,500 words, it's going to charge me 1 penny. Because, 5,000 tokens per penny. So really, it's pretty cheap. Pretty cheap. So I don't think I will get out of the free tier, which is $18 a month, for a while. Yeah. Okay. So, other than that, Russell, I was just wondering what we wanted to do because I was working on this on assembly line, and there's a couple things that we can do. One of the things that I was just creating a ticket for, let me find where that is, was basically how do we want to handle data flow. And the reason I was thinking about this was opening a ticket for it. Let's open not open that. Let's open this over here. Go to IntelliDraw. Slide that over here. What I was just thinking about is we get this webhook in with some JSON. And do we want to one way that we could do this is that we could save to DB. Like we could just take that JSON blob, find something identifying out of it, and save it to the database. We can make an event ID and throw it in the database. And then once we have saved it to the database, raise an internal event, new event in our system that then reads from the database. That then reads from DB. This makes sense to me just from a consistency. You make sure that it's stored first. But do we want to save the raw JSON, or if you not here. That's my webhook. I'm actually pretty excited about it because I think maybe it's the first thing we provide on the null cloud that people could sign up and use. If you were a streamer, you could have events by that thing if you'd like. And like we'll let you like instead of having this, we'll let you make the different things for your thing, so it'll be customizable. That could be kind of cool. Okay, anyways, but beyond that, well beyond that, what I wanted to do here, um, what I wanted to do here is, oh, that's right. So let's talk about the webhook here. Right now, we just parse what we want, and this gets rid of all the other data. So basically, when this webhook comes in right here, it only gets the things that are in this here. And if you look in here and like check on this, the pull request, I only have 3 of the things, and so it sheds all the other data. So if I serialize it in and save this to the database, and then send this down like an event pipeline, we'll lose data. But is that a big deal? Because if it's not in here, we're not doing anything with it. And if it's an old event and we've upgraded to a new version of the server that does have new fields, it still doesn't matter because we're not going to replay our old events. So I think it makes sense just to serialize it in and not save all the data, just the stuff that we know that we want to deal with. And then we'll save this as JSON in the database, but this also will allow us to make like a unique identifier with it. That was just the last thing that I was thinking about here. And then I went into like, we'll verify the HMAC key. I guess I didn't really need to draw this out. I think I'm going to go with, just because it's easier for right now. That's not at all what I meant to press. For right now, we'll just assume that we have all the data. Yeah. Or all the data that we want. Because yeah, webhooks, and then also I don't even think that I want to save all the data anyhow. If we look at this, like, I think maybe we update. I think possibly we have a table for repositories and we update that table with like this repository. I'm not sure. Hmm. I'd avoid capture. Okay, cool. Well, that's what I'm going to do then. We're just going to capture and save the stuff that our structure knows about, and if we need to know more, we have to add to the structure. That will make it easier. Sorry, I got a phone call. I just needed to text them really quickly. Okay. All right. So let's do this HMAC. I haven't done an HMAC in Rust. There is a library. So let's check out that library if we want to do that. Let's see what this. Okay. So let's look at the crates.io. This, we'll put this in our code and throw that in here. And from now on, I will have this running while streaming. It doesn't actually event, but I will read their personalized message if there is a new subscriber. So it's gonna get a little bit fun. We're starting to personalize the stream just a little bit. I was even thinking that I could take the prompt that was given to GPT to DALL-E and get a personalized image. That might be more expensive though, so maybe that won't work. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe that's what a subscriber gets. I'll take their $1.50 that they give me and turn it into an image. So I don't have subscriber yet. But it did work with so basically Eagle 11, it did work. Basically this is the prompt that I gave it. I need to work on my prompting a little bit, but tell me an epic story about I said my new subscriber, but this is new follower. Because I figured I actually get some of these. Next weekend we'll probably try to have a subscriber in there. But yeah, I also give it a direction. So you are null GPT. You will answer any question. You will always answer with a short epic story involving the Rust programming language and null. Yeah, go. You can unfollow and follow again. And it will fire. We'll see it. Go for it, Eagle. Now I've just encouraged people to unfollow and follow. So that's like oh. Oh, yeah. So maybe the GPT part will only be for subscribing. Then that's what I'll do. I'll have to incentivize the subscribing part. I should get it here short. Oh, 1 second. I'm far down. Okay, here we go. Here is your custom message. Once upon a time, in a land of zeros and ones, there was a Rust programmer named Eagle. He loved to code in Rust and decided to create a new project that involved parsing JSON data. He knew that using Rust's powerful null safety features would make his code more efficient and less prone to errors. So he spent many sleepless nights poring over Rust documentation, learning about option and result types and how to properly handle nulls in his code. Finally, after weeks of hard work, his program was complete and ready for deployment. He updated his Rust code to a popular he uploaded his Rust code to a popular code sharing platform and watched as downloads and positive feedback began to roll in. His code was praised for its efficiency and, importantly, reliability due to advanced handling of nulls in Rust code. With each new subscriber, Eagle felt a renewed sense of passion for Rust programming and knew his journey with Rust and nulls had only just begun, and so he continued his programming path, always striving for the best code possible with Rust and nulls by his side. There you go. No. I think, Russell, you're absolutely right. I think one of the things that we need to do is have this like actually be stored on a website. So like whenever you subscribe, your journey gets saved there. You know what would also be cool is if this would take a little bit of work, but you can basically do conversations in this code. So what I could do is basically each time you resubscribe, I feed in the past your past epic and tell it to continue the story. And so like basically each time you subscribe, your story could continue on the webpage and it would just like get further expanded. I think that would be really fun. So, and making a picture with it with either Dolly or Midjourney would be a ton of fun as well. Um, so 1 second, we can do that right now. We can just we can try just taking this right here. I don't know. I don't know that. All right, let me quick cone of silence. I don't know. Um, let me open Discord really quickly. I just want to make sure it doesn't open to like personal messages or something. Um, I don't know how Midjourney will handle this, so we can we'll try. Yes, that's what I was saying. We'll save the alerts to the null cloud to remember forever for those events. Yep, for sure. And we can also try here to see what Midjourney will imagine. I think it might choke on this. Um, I think it might choke on this. One thing that we could do with it is like also this is actually looking fantastic. If only it had six talons, then it would be a real AI generated image. Oh, just slap this on there with it. All right. It would have turned out well. All right. So we will do this. We will generate an image to go along with it. So when you subscribe, you'll get an image, you'll get a story, and it will all be personalized to you. And hopefully unique. Well, kind of unique, but bottom left, I agree. Bottom left is pretty cool. This is like the fat bird. It's eating a little too much. The text, yeah, this one didn't turn out super well, I don't think, but yeah. Unfortunately, we're just gonna have to pick one. So like, for this, for like the API, I'm just gonna have to pick one and be like, yeah, upscale that. Give me. Actually, I don't even need the upscale. I just need one picture, and it's just gonna be randomly whichever one it gives me. Although the thing with Midjourney is they don't have an API, so I think I'll have to do it with Dolly, because there's no like API that I can hit. You have to do it in Discord. Um, yes, Russell, 100%. That's what I was talking about when I was saying to store it on the null cloud. 100%. Like I would keep the story going there, and each new one would get pasted there, and they could go see. 100%. That's what I was talking about. Like it should be like a momentum that you supported the channel. Like everybody can go see everybody's story of how they've supported the channel. I think that would be cool. I don't think it's upscaled the one picture yet. I didn't see it. No, well, we don't have to wait around for it. But yeah, no, I think that sounds really fun. So anyways, I had fun making this. And I think it's gonna do really well. The next thing that I have to do though is I need to be able to display it on stream. So I need to get it working with OBS, which means I need to make a web browser view for that to work. Also, Midjourney is really slow. Yeah. So but I guess when you subscribe, it's okay if it takes it a little while to come through, like within a minute. But again, I don't think I can do it with Midjourney. I'll have to do it with Dolly, or I run Stable Diffusion locally because I can do that. There you go. There's your image. There's your image. Finally. I can add Midjourney to my Discord server. If you guys would like it, I will. Actually, that would be nice because then we wouldn't have this. Now, I don't know if you use my user. I do currently pay for it because my daughter has enjoyed playing around with it. If you use my user, then it would be great because you guys get to generate images. But I think it's the user that makes the request, which means you only get so many free ones. Oh, just put it in a private channel. That would be nice so that we don't have this constant scroll. All right. Let's see. Did I add this? I did not add this. I got sidetracked. I'm actually really happy with it. Like, I think it will give this channel a pretty custom one. And then I think also I would like to make it so like if you want to sign up for the Null Cloud and you want to run your own thing like that, I'm going to enable it. Now it would have a cost to me, so I'd have to charge people for it if I'm running it because like the AI services alone cost me money. So like I'd have to at least cover those costs. But like I said, it shouldn't be too expensive. All right, what was I? Oh, I need to go to the cargo, and we need to wait. Oh no, not that cargo. I need to go to the server cargo and add the HMAC processing. And then we can go to our GitHub integration and actually in the middleware. This is where we have our shared secret. Red is a color. And now we got to figure out how to actually it looks pretty easy. This is not what I was looking at. Yeah, this is. Okay, so to verify a message, we have our 256 from Slice. My secret and secure key. Okay. This is this key right here. Red is the color. We'll make it a real one. This is just for testing. So obviously, you could now attack this service because you know what the secret is. So, what do I need to import? Wait. Why does it think it's undeclared? Did I put it in the wrong? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay. This is the Twitch. All right. We're over here. This is where we were supposed to put it. In the middleware. I was like, I put it in the cargo. Yeah, I did put it in the cargo. All right, this I did not import this type. I don't know why. Sometimes it allows me to auto import it, but Sometimes it does not. Maybe it didn't tell me the input here, but it did say this here. Let's search for it. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, I wasn't even looking at this up here. They're creating the type from the generic. I get it now. Okay. Do I need to do the SHA-2? Okay, to use it, you will need a cryptographic hacks function, so I'll need the SHA-2. Um, let's see. I believe they have the SHA-256. They had a thing about it. Um, so yeah, I will do a random one in the future. So okay, yeah. They're looking for the X Hub signature 256. That's what they're wanting, which is the SHA 256. The X Hub signature one is for backwards compatibility. That's only SHA 1. So this is the one we're looking for. Okay. Okay, cool. So we will let's slide this over to here. We're gonna want to get the SHA 2 package as well imported. Okay. Okay. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna close the Twitch thing because it's where I normally go for my code. Um, we might develop on that some a little bit later, but I actually need to know how we want to display a web page. There's a couple technologies out there. Do you think? Yeah, I don't. I think that I just want to display the web page directly uh, from the thing that's listening to it. So it needs to be some Rust project, but it's really just going to serve some static HTML, a green background with the text and image that pop up when we need it to. So I thought about separating that and making that like a React thing, but then the React thing would have to have like a webhook or a WebSocket to the backend. I'm not sure that seems like too much work. So yeah. All right. Let's put this in the cargo. Um, we also need hex literal. I'm gonna try to guess this. Ah, ah. There we go. Dash, not an underscore. You never know whether it's underscore or dash. Gotta guess sometimes. All right. Then we're going to go back here, jump on HMAC. We're going to just throw this in our middleware because we're going to do the same thing here in our middleware. Looking good. And then we can define the type of this right here. Yep. And then we can verify here. So this is the secret. Code bytes. Let's read GitHub's documentation here really quickly. All right, so if you have a basic server that listens for webhook, it might be configured similar to this. The integration is to calculate a hash using the secret token and ensure that the result matches the hash from GitHub. So we just need to make sure that it matches what's in this. Okay, so what we'll do is so we have this, and this we'll rename this to GitHub key. So this is the one that we need to verify. So we need to calculate the hash ourselves, and ours is red as a color for this test. And then let's see, how are we going to compare this? We're going to create a key via this right here. Is it update? Oh, verify slice. Okay. So mac.verify slice. Okay, so this is the verification right here. So basically we put the input message in the update, and then we call verify and pass in what GitHub asks for. Okay, so let's try that. Mac.update. So then we'll do hmac.update, and this update needs to be the body of the message. Oh, we got to get the whole payload in here. Oh crap. No, crap. Crappy crap. This is a lot of work. I thought this would be easy. So if you don't remember, getting the payload looks like this here. So we have to do all of this. We have to get the payload from the request, and then we have to read in through these streams from the payload. But there was some problem with ownership with this. We can try this. You know what I'll do? I will. I'll make a utility. I know. So I don't know. People will say that a utility file or a utility directory is always a code smell. And like, I want to agree with them, but sometimes there's just this one-off function or two-off functions that don't relate to anything else, and you're like, utilities. I don't know. Maybe I just suck, but I feel like I agree with them that sometimes it's over abused and overused, and by sometimes, a lot of times. But I also feel like it's also okay sometimes. All right, we're just going to copy this code. Oh. All right, so we don't have a payload yet. We need to get the payload from the request. Does that work? Does that? I don't think take payload. I think there's a split in the payload in the service request. There's like a There's a into parts. That's what it is. I said split. I meant into parts. And we're just going to say 1 here. Yep. So now we have a payload. Now, I think we need to just import this. Okay, so this is actually one thing that I would say is one of the things that aggravates me most about Rust. Next isn't implemented in payload. And this can be really powerful and really useful, but it can also be really frustrating to know where you got it from. So like over here, where does next come from? So we use payload.next here. And you have to go look and you're like, oh, it's in stream ext, and stream ext is in features utilities. So then you can come back here and you can be like, what import provided that? And you can be like, oh, it's this one right here, stream ext. But to do that, you can't even do that if you're looking at somebody's code that just has a bunch of views up here and then they do something. You can't do that with their code because it's just in a blog or in GitHub, and you can't just dive into it. So it can make it very difficult to know which one because a lot of the times they have a bunch of imports and you're just doing one of their functions. And it can be very difficult to know what provided that functionality for your thing. I don't know. Maybe people have a really good way around this. I don't. So yeah, I don't. Oh, this was the problem. We can't await here. We can't await here. I remember that there was a problem with this. I've never gotten a stream without awaiting. Is there a way to do that? I want synchronous streams. I want synchronous streams. Like, it's okay if it blocks. You have to be able to. Because, I mean, it gets here, and it gets read in and parsed. Um, This itself returns a future, but it's not async itself. This itself is asynchronous, or returns an asynchronous future. Hmm. Okay. I have never done this. I'm gonna have to research it. So maybe we'll do this sometime next week after I look into it. I honestly don't know off the top of my head how to unwrap this payload in a synchronous function. It should be possible. I've never done this. What is this that I'm using? Oh yeah, this is an Actix Web middleware. This um could we do it in an async move? But would that consume the request? We could copy the request, but can we copy the stream? Hmm. Um so let me think about this. Here we're calling here we're calling await on the future that we build here. And this we're just calling the next thing in the pipeline, right? I don't know. Maybe somebody's actually already done this. Let's see. Wait. This is not what I wanted. Let's see. Iron HMAC is not. Let's see if there's like some generic Actix. I want to find like a repo of their middlewares because I feel like if I saw one middleware, somebody else's middleware. I'm trying to find one that would actually operate on the body. I'm not sure any of these do, but let's so this is the new transform. This is the new middleware here. And this should have something called, we're looking for the call function. It's called call. All right. So yeah, this is just working on the header. Um, hmm. That's what I was worried about. Now, maybe I'm overthinking it. No, this is the right place to do it. Hmm. Okay. It's probably just in the mod middleware. Let's see. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. So he just clones these. Will this work though? Because isn't this consuming? Because he then does this pin. So basically, what pin is doing here is not allowing things to move in memory. I don't know if you guys have used pin before and what it means with async. So when you're self-referencing, you can't actually move stuff in memory. So with features, this becomes a big deal, where you need to pin, or else it'd be unsafe. But I don't think that this would work. Verify inner service request. Let's actually take a check at what this is. So this is taking the service request. Um, but then this is an asynchronous function. So maybe this is fine. Maybe this is how you do it. So what they're doing here is they're basically chaining a bunch of things into a future with this pin async move. So maybe that's what we need to do inside of our future. I'm gonna try it. This might not work though. It's the only thing I can think of doing. So that's basically what we do down here. Was this box pin here async move? Um, and here we're just waiting on this future here, but they basically built out a much more complex future. And they should need to do this right here, self-service.call. This is a little confusing because they clone self a little bit. So here's the service. So they do that after this one. So they then can wait on this right here, and then they can call just like we did. On token update. I think this will work. I think this will work. Okay, so if that's what we're doing, let me think about it for just a second. Let's do it similarly. Similarly. We're going to make a similar function over here. Verify HMAC. What is this going to return? I'm not sure. I'm not sure quite yet. It's going to return a result of some sort. Actually, not true. Not true. Not true. Not true. What is it going to return? What do I need it to return? He's returning this auth result, which if we go look at auth result over here, he's returning just a result. Is just result okay? I don't think it is. It should be. It should be. Let's just do a result. We'll do just a simple result. Let's just do that. We'll make it in any. Do we make it in anyhow result? I don't think we do. I don't think we do. We'll just make it a result. It'll be a little upset. It's fine. Okay, what is it complaining about? We don't return anything. We'll just slap an okay in here. Okay for now. That will help that. Contains a successful okay, so what is it complaining about? Functions and traits cannot be declared async. Wait, oh, 1 second. This isn't a trait. This is an impl. Oh, I see the problem. So this is on the inner, which the inner is where is it? Let's see, what is self.inner? Is this arc. So this is going to be a little bit more work because this makes sense. Do we even have all this? So we have our service, which is the next service. That's what I thought it was. Let's see how he does his transform, because that's what I'm getting in here is next service. And yeah, 1 second. So he makes a RC to the service, which is making sense because we're threading this. So the arc makes sense. The inner is on a separate, or could be on a separate thread. RC is not thread safe. All right. So where is his factory? So the problem we have here, why it's getting upset, is this is a impl for for the interface. Hmm. So this is where he's implementing the authentication middleware, and he's doing the new. And that's where we do it up here. We did our verify GitHub signature factory. My naming is just a little bit better, partially due to Russell. And then this is where we're implementing the factory here, the next service response body transform. Hmm. He's actually passing this in as an RC and as an arc. Can you do that? So this is a little bit different than what we're doing, because if you notice here, what he's doing is this inner here is this arc of all these things. So on ours, our what he has as inner um, is this next service, which you can see is what we're passing in from our factory. And that's what we're calling with new transform. But he's not going with the new transform here, as you can see. Maybe he has a transform somewhere else that's doing this. That's what I would like to see, is if he's using the new transform. Here we go. So this is where he would be needing to get all of that information. This is his factory. And this is where he's making the new RC and new arc. So, hmm. I'm going to have to think about this. We're going to have to re architect this pretty hard. I think it's going to be very similar to this. I'm just trying to think if this is the right path. Like, this is going to be a bit of work and a bit of finagling, all to verify the stupid body of the signature. Okay. There's authentication service and there's authentication middleware. So this is another thing that you have to keep. Yep. I'm good. We'll do this. We'll do this another day. We'll do this. I just need to sit here and I didn't understand what they were doing with everything here. Like I took the simple case, and I think I need to understand this just a little bit better with what they're exactly doing. So this is a pretty fantastic bit of generics here that they're leveraging, and it's not as simple as I thought it was going to be. Especially because we want the payload. It can be pretty simple if all you want is the headers. But if you actually want to use the body, I don't think it can be that simple because you're going to have to wrap everything. Hack the Box is having issues. Too many hackers are hacking the CFT. Well, I'm having issues too. I don't know. This middleware is kicking my butt. This is something I haven't delved too heavily into. Like, when I use generics, I use them lightly. Um, so yeah, I need to spend a little bit of time just maybe there's like a good I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this type of code is pretty gross to be honest. Maybe that's just me. I generally try to avoid it. But since I'm gonna have to, let's I'm gonna have to learn it really well. Um, we could just do something here. Um, what I hate about this is like, yeah, I get this. This is like the easy generics, and this is generally what I generally use generics with. But then when you get the type referencing here, this here, this starts to get a little bit more advanced, and I just haven't used it that much. And yeah, this is just not helpful. Yeah, this stuff is all easy. Whatever. I will have to make a lesson covering this. Maybe it will be an Axic middleware. Gosh. Actually, let me look at their logger. What Actix Web middleware logger. Let's look at their code. Yeah, let's look at their code. That might be the place. Is it just in middleware in here? It should be. It's not. It's not. Come on. Middleware? No. Middleware. Okay. This is the good stuff right here. Logger. Should be the idiomatic way to do it. This might make me cry as well. This might make me cry. All right. What am I looking for? I am looking for the new transform function. That's what I'm looking for. All right. So this is their transform. This is not. This is very similar to what I have. So we have our self and we have our service returning a future. They have a couple new trends. Okay, this is in the test. Test. Good. Test. Okay, cool. So let's see. If let future custom request label none equal unit warn no custom request replacement. Okay. let's look at this logger middleware right here. They have their, okay, so they're using an RC inner and a service. The logger middleware service. And on call, what are they doing? We should see a pin, right? Let's see. They're not reading the body. Now, interesting here, do they not call the next request? Oh, wait. What's this render request? What's this render request? Let's see. Yeah, this is all header stuff, the query string and whatnot. URL requested time. Again, this is fine, but that's not returning anything. That's format. They have a custom format. Okay, fine. Let's look for the new transform again. All right. Why is it giving me render requests when I'm searching for? Stop searching for that. I'm searching for new transform. There is a bug I'd like to report. There's a bug. You're stuck on render request. I'm asking for new transform. Thank you. There we go. There we go. All right. So the future that this returns is just this. Logger middleware. The logger middleware takes the service and the inner. The logger middleware is a service in it. I think this is probably what we need to be doing more. So we're just putting our own service in the chain. That's all this is doing. That's literally, this is much better than what we were looking at, I think. So the logger middleware itself implements the service, which ours does, right? Right. Let's see. Where's our middleware? Yeah, it implements service. Implements service for this. Okay, so we're on the same path here. And what they're doing is they're just wrapping the inner request here. So on call, it's just returning the but it doesn't call the. Okay, now maybe I'm wrong here, but my understanding was that we needed to call self-service.call. Because that's like the next service in the chain, right? That is what this made it appear to be. I'm going to have to look over these and understand how it's operating a little bit better. So yeah, what we're gonna have to do is basically wrap it, and this looks so much better than what I was thinking we would have to do. So this compress implements future, which means it will have a pull function. Oh, this is so much work. Oh, I was hoping to make this easy. I was hoping to make this easy. I didn't think it would have to be this much work. Oh. Okay. I mean, like, this makes sense to me. I guess maybe the other person's way was like the easier shortcut way. But yeah, you can see this has S in it. So this S. Let's see. Where is yeah, this is that future, that next service. So there should be like a self. So let's see how they do this. So they're pulling again the pin, like I said, self-referential. You've got to pin that memory. This self.project ready. This yeah. So this is where they're pulling the next future. Oh, man, this. My gosh. I thought middleware would be easier than this. What is an either body? I don't understand these words. I'm gonna have to do so much research for this. Creates a new either body left variant and with a box right variant. Right. Exactly. All right. Well, I'm going to have to do. I've never really written middleware, mostly. I've used it, but to conditionally return an inner services unknown generic body B type to return early with a new response. This type's right variant defaults to box body, since error responses are a common case. For example, middleware will often have type response service request either body B. This means that the inner response service body type maps to the left variant, and the middleware's own error responses use the default right variant of the body. Of course, there's no reason it couldn't just use either body B string instead of its alternative response. Okay. Okay. So basically, we probably also want to do something like this because we have basically its error variant where it's we return without processing the rest of the pipeline because our body, it fails the HMAC verification. So the SHA 256 doesn't match. All right, this sounds solid. Like next Saturday, because I'm gonna come up with a plan so we can actually just mostly do this. I'm not gonna do it without you all. I'm just going to actually understand like their middleware and how all of it works. I'll probably play around with it a little bit so I know that I know what I'm doing, at least in the general case. And we'll bust this out. This will be a good stream. I think 2 hours to do this, if I know what I'm, or I think I know what I'm doing, should be a decent thing to do that. No, that was rough. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't think it was going to be that rough to do that. So okay. Well, I think I'm done. I don't know. I feel kind of crappy after this. This one kicked my butt. It's times like these It's times like these where I feel like I'm a small demigod. And then it's times like these that bring me right back down to earth, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I have never done this in Rust, so I feel vindicated in that, but I guess maybe I should have. This type of generic does feel gross to me on some moral level. This level, and I'm not even saying it's wrong in that regard, because like maybe that's how you need to do the middlewares with the streams and the lifetimes. I get it. This is not a simple problem per se, but it definitely is a little bit rougher. And I was not prepared. I was not. You are not prepared. I think that's what Illidan says. You were not prepared. You are not prepared. I don't remember the exact words. All right. Just undo all your garbage. I'm not sure I really want to. We'll leave that in there. I'm not sure I really want to implement future and implement pull. Yeah. I'm gonna have to also read up on like what they mean by either body right and left. I think I'm starting to understand what they mean by either body right left, but like yeah. Ooh, they're using lazy. Where do they import lazy from? Oh. All right. Well, yep. I have more reading to do on this, so we'll see. We'll see if I'm ready to do it next weekend. I'm not sure when I'll be able to do it. We'll see how much time I get to read up on this and get my butt kicked around a little bit more. Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, that will be it for me today. Thanks for joining and watching. Thanks for the new follows. We will have some more fun with that. I will be working on this during the week a little bit. It was fun. More fun than this. This was not fun. I have to say, this was not fun. Maybe next weekend we'll have to do something more fun. We'll come up with a fun thing to do. We have to do at least one fun thing on Saturday, not just butt kicking. So we'll find something fun to do. All right. Anyways, have a good rest of your day.